All right, YouTube, here we are. The day we've all been waiting for, all the hours of labor we've been putting in, culminated to this, the test video. Now, we did a little preload when we were checking out our angle of our lift and stuff, and we had to do some trimming on some things and do a little adjustment. So we reduced our angle down so that now we're going to have some better ground clearance. So we got Lance's brand new 2020 Razor, and it's stock. We haven't changed anything on this, so this is the height that it'll come in. Mine was a little low because I've used it a bunch, but this will be a great example of a stock machine. So we're going to get this loaded up, and we'll let y'all see how it works. Get it clear? It's really close. We got a little bit on there, and there's some factors at play, you know, whether we're sinking in the ground or not a little bit, but for a case by case, if your razor was set up a little lower or a little higher, there's something we can do to get him a little more adjustment. So what we can do is we can adjust and change our ball hitch. If you're not going to modify, or you got a stock one or you wanted to go lower, what you can do is you can get a turnover ball. Well, it's not a turnover ball, it's a ball turned over, but you could get a higher offset and bring the front end up a little bit to get that back end down. And that'd be a case by case deal, because if he had a 2-wheel drive pickup, it'd be even lower. So I think that that's probably gonna be the best way to solve the height issue and be able to keep the trailer the same small dimensions. We don't want to add size, and we don't want to make it harder to use its other functions for. Let's talk about some of our upgrades on this trailer from the last one. One thing we did was we added this front catch so that we wouldn't have to get out of the razor when we're loading it, but just one time. We wouldn't have to get out and in. We'd just be able to strap our tires all at once. So we're going to test this out and see how it works. See if we had enough angle for the tire, and let's just see. Also, we got our upgraded mesh to reduce the surface area on the edges, on these hard edges of the metal, so it'll help reduce the indentions that are made on the tire. Go ahead, Lance, load her up. Watch it. Easy peasy. The back end nestled and let him know when to stop. Pushed it all the way forward. Everything worked great. Another upgrade we did was add these tie-down tethers, and we did that for a couple of reasons. First reason, we wanted to have a multiple place with different widths that we could hook up, so when we have different tires on, when we have our sand dune set up, we're out a little wider. When we're stock tires, we're at the 64 inches in. So this allows us to hook here or here, and it does a really good job of using the traction of the rubber to not slide back and forth. So it's very universal. The second function of these is that they're easy to get to. They're up here where you can reach them, and like this one, you can run over it and still get to it, and we didn't have to pull that trailer slide out to be able to get down there and hook underneath. Everything's very easy to get to.
I personally like how on with this setup, the original one I had to wrap around, and I did not like my strap going on the angles.
Another thing we noticed when using ratchet straps is they don't come with the same hook. Some of them are narrower, some of them have a wider hook, some of them have this double hook, and this double hook's a pain to be able to try and get where you need it. So this gave us a hook's a hook, and it'll grab it. We went ahead and turned these hooks over so they're facing out, so they're not digging down into the tire, but it works really good and it's really quick.
All right, so we found out every strap is different. As they were saying, we don't like the hooks going into our lugs, so we removed this pin, flip it around, and put it back on. Hook flipped.
We're going to show you just how quick this is now to go ahead and get this ratcheted up. So now you can just tie your tail down, pinch it underneath the edge, and then you're good. But that's really easy to get to. The braking limit on these straps is supposed to be around 1,800 pounds. And I figure that we're probably somewhere around more like 250 to 350 pounds of force being put on these. And with it all distributed out and having multiple hookup points. So that means with 1,800 pounds, we're well within our wire ropes rating. We did the same thing on the rear end. We did the wire rope cables, and when we put this mesh on here, it kind of limited our places to be able to hook something up, and we didn't want to hook on just the mesh. We didn't want a weak point there, so this gave us the ability to drive over the hook and then be able to hook it there. And we went ahead and tucked these down so that the lugs wouldn't grab it when it got loaded. But just easily go like that, and it's good. Our welded pins worked out really good. We got some holes notched in here, and we drilled at an angle so that they wouldn't bind up when you get in there. And as you can see, they did great. When he loaded them, they didn't pull out. They're nice and secure. And then these light ramps are really easy to just throw in the back of the pickup. It's a lot easier to deal with than the heavy ramps.
Here we'd like to show you with some nice new 32-inch tire setups. He's also adjusted the springs, made it a little higher, so you'll see the clearance there. But we're also showing, we've measured this. This is actually 70 inches wide to fit on there. Jay? So as you've seen when we loaded, we were actually a little closer than we were anticipating, but we swapped the ball out for lances, so it was flipped around the other way. So this is a lower ball. So it does bring it a little closer, but it's clear. So success, and it worked. We'd like to show you the difference. We've got the 29-inch tires here and 32-inch tires here. When we designed this, when Jay was sitting here doing the measurements, we had it width so it'll hold both with the wheel stops and the width as it's nestled in there. So as you can see, it fits in there and it holds real good. And then with the 32-inch, there's not been really any difference. It sits there, your cables will come up and hook, and the stops, and it still nestles in there so that things work really well. And you know, personally with the mesh, I think that's a fantastic idea for when you have the flat. That's why your rim isn't trying to squeeze through there and cut your tire up.
All right, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video.
Just go ahead and like and subscribe.
And watch for those notifications.
Just the claps.
Bam! Clap!
No, it starts
Too many claps.
Starts his video.
Okay. All right, we have a little countdown clap. Nope, no more claps.
Oh, I get to do the clap this time.
Oh boy,
That means you have back boobs.
No, I got shoulder blades.
You have back boob marks.
Yeah, shoulder blades.
we're recording.
What are we doing?
What are you?
You haven't talked.
Stop talking.
Just wait till I'm done talking.
And then do what? I don't know what you want me to say.
You're the notifications guy.
Oh, I'm the No, I wasn't the notifications guy.
That's
the
the last
subscribe. Okay, I'm notifications.
Your notifications.
Shush.
Should I turn them on?
Like, subscribe, share, notifications. Wait for the pause. Okay.
Rumpus time is over.